Hey everybody, how goes it? Hey yo, hey Vafi. Today we have a couple of things. Morning is going to be coding, afternoon is going to be co-working. The only problem is I don't know what I'm going to be doing, not that that really matters. And all of this is written in the wrong day anyway. I did fill out the journal for yesterday, 2/28. Yeah, today is leap day. How could I forget? Okay, well, current journal is blank. I've done nothing so far. Hey Blub. All right, so let's bump all this down to here. And I mean, I've got a bunch on the list. I might as whatever. I'll figure it out this afternoon. So coding stuff. Let's write the today command. Adam is going to, well, I'll say Adam essentially finished with the YouTube API part of things. So now he can read chat and respond to it with his bot. However, the bot was written for Twitch. So he now has to refactor his code to make it work for both sites. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, let's get to it. I don't want to spend too long just talking about this stuff. So I want to extract out everything that has to do with just commands here. So this, for example, oh, you know what we should do? We should probably check in before I do this. Yeah, I don't want to break a bunch of stuff. Hey, Stybo. Yeah, probably check in first, then extract out the command stuff and saving it to the database. I really got to think out how that's going to work, but the check-in part, I don't really need to think about anything. I just need to go do it. Yeah, sure, that's fine. The lock file I don't care about. This is also fine. M example looks good. Looks good. Looks good. This is probably good. Yeah, I think this is fine. This particular file, get YouTube tokens, is very basic. It is one function. It checks to see if you have the right environment variables. It makes a client, it calls get tokens, it saves them to the database. That's it. That's all it should do. And it does that. So it looks pretty good. Init, I changed some names of things. The whole emitter, yeah, I have a lot of changed names. I also have the new functions that we have here. So far, this is all pretty straightforward. Yeah, this comment on its own can be checked in as is. Clarify why start server exists on the bot. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty simple. Okay, now this, we need to put back. No, we just don't need to check this in. Yeah, so let's make sure not to check in start bots. It's going to be hard to remember that. Hey, Shane. Let's put this over here. Do not check in start bots. Now, I could stage all the other files. In fact, how about we do that? Let's stage all the ones I looked at, and let's just move on from here. Okay, this is fine. We'll stage that file. Delete this whole file if I don't end up using it. We'll just ignore that for now, because I might end up using that. What is this? Init for the YouTube stuff. Yeah. This is probably not that good. Let's take a look at this. Want to client, YouTube channel ID. I kind of want to say what this looks like. At least I like having an idea of what the strings represent. And in this case, I've got a channel ID somewhere. Yeah, this. I think this is my channel. Yeah, it must be. Yeah. No, this is a video ID. Ooh. Where's the channel ID? There it is. Hey, Subleague. So this is a string that looks like this. Cool. Live stream status, live chat ID. Yeah, that I can get here. This is a string that looks like this. Chat poll timer, next page token. This is used when fetching YouTube chat messages. It will only return new ones since the last token. Since, well, whatever, it's going to be obvious enough. All right, so what do we have? Check environment variables looks good. Make a bot database so that we can get the ID from there also looks good. Get the tokens from the database. Make a client, set its credentials, looks good. When we refresh our tokens, save it in the database. Set up our emitters, check if we're live, and then log. Yeah, that's all totally great. I like it. Hey, dude dorks. Hey, NPers. Or Empires? Empires? Let me know how you want your name to be pronounced. Dude dorks, I swear you were doing something the other day where I wanted to tune in, but I didn't have the time. But I don't remember what it was now. Oh, man. I don't know. Just Noah. So the only thing, and hey Mario, the only thing I try to avoid is calling people by a name that's not clear at all. So imagine, you know, someone had the name whatever, Mega Man X, and they're like, call me Kyle. Then other people won't know who I'm talking about. And so with this, I think it's far enough from your name that I can't just call you Noah and have other people know who I'm responding to. I should probably use block comments on the variables. That way they show up when hovering over them. I don't actually really care if they show up. But I guess that is probably a slightly better way of doing things. So now does it show up? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. That doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, two dorks. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was, I don't know. Yeah. It might not have been yesterday, by the way. I don't remember when this was. So it was just at some point in the past week, probably. I'm just blanking out. All right, cool. Let's just do this. Yeah, cool. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so I'm happy with init. Received YouTube messages. This is just me testing stuff. So I don't want to do anything here, actually. In fact, I'll just write a big to-do. And you know what we'll also do? So this I don't really need to know. Handle to-do items in the code. I don't like there being to-do items in the code. And I'm purposely checking this in right now. So to-do, check for a command here and then delete the log calls that I have. All right, clear chat poll timer. YouTube stream went live. So we clear the poll timer and then we call poll. So if there was already an outstanding call to poll, we won't do it again. Actually, this is problematic. Yeah, this is problematic. Okay, so in poll for chat messages, we only call poll again when we were successful. So if we catch an error, then that's it. We'll just never poll for chat messages again. So we should do this regardless. Oh, we need to know how long to wait. Oh, okay. So in this case, I guess we just say min chat polling time. Yeah. Okay, now one of the questions is, now every path through this function, oh, no, I'm even wrong about that. You could just return from here. Oh man, this is not smart. No, this is YouTube stream went offline though. We don't want to schedule, we don't want to pull for chat messages after that. I still think this is a bad idea. I think we should just have something like schedule next poll call. Yeah, and we say how many milliseconds from now. And then we put this here. and we just say, okay, but then we also clear the pull timer before we do that. So that way there's only ever one call. Ensure that there's only ever one call to pull for chat messages. Then we only ever invoke this I'm excited to do this 0 milliseconds from now. That way everything's funneling through the same thing. Oh boy. So this is going to be ms to wait. And this is going to be min chat polling time. Any other calls? No, it's just this one. And the question is, should I put a 0 here? Because I think the way that set timeout 0 works is that it's actually going to wait until the next tick. Set timeout 0. Schedule it to be run asynchronously. Yeah, after the shortest possible delay. Yeah, and it's not a problem to have an extra 10 milliseconds or something. The problem is that, am I ever expecting this to be synchronous? And I don't think I am. Okay, so now this is not async. Okay, hey Goose, hey Mike. Okay, see, the only way that we ever call pull for chat messages is this right here. And this should always happen regardless from this function, and it doesn't because of this. But that's because it went offline. So I guess we're fine there. But we got to be really careful about early returns. I guess what we could do is we could just always schedule the next call at the very beginning of this function. And in the case that we go offline, just make sure we unschedule it. Yeah. So now we delete this. And so no matter what, schedule another call to this function. It's possible that we detect that the stream went offline, in which case this call will be canceled. It's also possible that we decide to pull later than this amount of time, in which case the call will be adjusted. Okay. Do we get co-working added this afternoon? Yeah. Yeah, also, I started talking about this yesterday. I came to some conclusion on stream. It has been the distillation of many years leading toward this, that I said something like, I think I need to do less development. Something like that. I don't remember exactly how I phrased it. And then there were some messages on Discord. Let me see if I can find this. Come on, load up. There we go. Yeah, T-Soding has this quote: "The secret to becoming a popular programming content creator is to not do programming because nobody likes programming." I mean, this is tongue in cheek a little bit, but I think this has now been brewing in my head for a while. And so here's what I think my general plan is. And I'm like kind of trying not to talk about this, and yet I'm talking about it anyway. March, I think, is like wrap stuff up, try some new things, maybe like, the interviews. I got to set those up at some point. Make a course for organization. And then I think April could be try wildly different content. So I have no idea if this is going to pan out. I don't know what my goals are yet. I'm going to talk about this some more in depth at some point, and I'm just not there yet. So that's what's rattling around in my brain right now. But we got to finish up this review of my own code. This is super ugly, and I don't like it. So this is if we have messages, we go through and we process them. Yeah, I think we should just make a function called process chat messages. And we take in, what is this? Messages.items. There's schema live chat messages. Didn't I expose this as something from the API? Did I? I don't actually know. Schema. Yeah, live chat message list response. Yeah, so messages is an array of those. And I think we can just call this now. If it's not undefined, then call process chat messages with messages items. Okay, whew, good, that works. So then we can copy all of this, and now that the function won't look so ugly. Yeah, so now we do message of messages, and everything else should have just worked. So if this isn't working, then I don't know what's going on. Property snippet does not exist on type. Live chat message list response. Oh no, what's going on? What is this? Oh, is this what has items in it? Yeah, this is what has items in it. Okay, fine, I messed that up. Fine, so then undo that change and undo this. And now does it work? Argument is not assignable to an array. There we go. And then this is possibly undefined, but we know it's not undefined because we just checked here. But I guess we could do that at the very beginning of this call and then get rid of even one more line of code. So if messages.items is undefined, then just return. All right, that is much, much cleaner. Now let's read through this. Go through each message. If it is chat ended, then we're just done. And if it's a text message, then we push it and then handle the messages here, yeah. Forget the name of the gentleman you rated yesterday, but they were doing some novel style I'd not seen before, like reading a blog post and giving reactions to it. I'm not sure it was entirely what I would always watch live, but I did learn something, so maybe that's nice. Yeah, I did not have a chance to stick around because things got busy after that. And it looked like he was recording a live video, and so I figured there'd be less interaction. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I mention this whole wildly different content. Okay, so here's what I've been thinking about. My brain is full of thoughts and ideas around this, and I like talking about this stuff to process it. And so when do I talk about it and where? And so it could be like this stream or later today or some other day. Or I was thinking, what if I did a 20-minute YouTube video? I don't know if it'd be 20 minutes long, but like a 10 plus minute. I want to put all my thoughts together. And there's this phrase that I've always liked, which is something like, if you can't teach it to your grandparent or grandparents, I guess, yeah, you don't really know, whatever it is that you're talking about. And so the way I look at it is if I can't make a YouTube video explaining how I feel, then I don't know how I feel. I think that's kind of why I'm thinking of making a video about this. Because a lot of what I express on stream is very much just off the cuff. Hey, here's what I'm thinking at the moment. And sometimes it probably just doesn't make sense. And that's because I don't understand what I'm saying. And so this is about my life and what I plan on doing. And it just seems so much clearer to me now after just the last few days of precipitating these thoughts that I have. I think those who make this type of content are so weak. Open the camera and read a blog post. I think weak is a strange word to me to describe that. I get if it's not the kind of content you'd want to see, and I get that it's not innovative. It's like a reprocessing of content. And this plays into some of my thoughts that I have on this stuff too. Yeah. There's a popular YouTube channel. I wonder if I could find this. It's called like 2-minute papers or something like that. Yeah, this is a really interesting idea. So what they do is they take these very technical, I guess, research or publications that people make, and they try to consolidate all of that very technical research into something that's digestible by everybody. And that did very well. Although that also, that must take a lot of skill to do. Because I don't know how many of you read research papers before, but they are not meant to be understood by anybody. I joke, of course, but they are very tough to understand. Okay, so we're now polling for chat messages, schedule the next polling time, read the messages, process them, get rid of this, and schedule the next poll. Okay. I like it. And then check if live calls itself always in 60 seconds. And if we're live, yeah, we don't check if we're still online here. Tim, thanks for the raid. And hey, Coyote Kid. Truth in every lie, joke in this case. Yeah. How'd the stream go? How's everyone doing? We have been working on this bot called Abbott, because it's a bot, and it's handled Twitch stuff, it's handled some Discord stuff, and it's got a website now. And the website is pretty basic. It's just a.bot.land, not this one. A.bot.land, and it's just a database you can search. So if I want to search for the cat command, I can open up a picture of my cat. This is great, but it's not working on YouTube, and I just started streaming on YouTube. Also, hey, Coldfire. Lucky me, you're streaming on YouTube. Oh, it was just banned in what, Turkey and the Netherlands? So I guess you must live in one of those two countries. Yeah. Anyway, so the bot does not respond on YouTube right now, and I just finished all the YouTube API stuff. So that is reading messages, sending messages, and checking if I'm live. And so that's the API, but then the bot itself needs to know what commands exist. It needs to know how to use the APIs from above. And so it doesn't have this stuff. But as far as the YouTube specific section is concerned, it's pretty much done. So now we need to manipulate my code so that it will work for both Twitch and YouTube. Got to raid and run. Oh, no, totally fine. I understand. Did a bunch of refactoring, object and component stuff for a new game project. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Well, cool. Thank you for the raid. Hope you have a good day. Netherlands? Haven't heard anything on that. Wait. Maybe it wasn't Netherlands. What was it? It was... No, maybe it was just Turkey? I don't know. Yeah, now I can't remember. Huh. Oh, something else is going wrong here. My mouse isn't working. What's going? There we go. Okay, so let's get back to that. So we have this right here. Get the live chat ID. If it's undefined, say that we're offline. Otherwise, send that we're live. Okay. All right, I think we're looking good there. Now what's this stuff? Okay, there are quite a lot of functions. And I want to change this around so that I can just call into any database function I want and not have to do this setup that I have. And also because this thing is going to blow out of control pretty fast, although it already sort of has. Yeah. Guess I'll write that down. Consider refactoring the database functions so that they're no longer in a class. Need to see how I would test these things. Yeah. Kept kick available? Interesting. Oh, kick was banned like a week ago? I was going to say that the two should probably be banned hand in hand if one of them is banned for gambling reasons. All right, I got to say this is all coming together. Sure, this is a gigantic commit, but this was all just getting the API to work. Oh, hey, some problems. There we go. All right, so this is API. We want to change this to this style of comment. There we go. It was lifted for some reason. Oh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, interesting. So get basic channel info returns the ID and the title. So we should clean this up. or no, whatever. This is fine. Yeah. You know, any way of improving the nested folders view in VS Code when it gets confusing at times? Maybe an extension or something? I don't tend to use this view, if this is what you're talking about. I just use Finder a lot of times. I've just never liked this for some reason. So I instead just do, you know, Control-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P and type Finder because I'm on Mac. You could also type Explorer or something and then just use the file system view I'm used to. I find this easier because this is what you're used to seeing on every part of the operating system. And then if that's not good enough, yeah, sometimes I use the command line. But yeah, generally I kind of rarely look at this thing. Did you make a video about leaving Google or something? Yes, I did. Are you asking because you, oh yeah, thanks. Did you happen to follow me on Twitch back when you saw that video? Or did you just happen to find me here out of coincidence after having watched that video? Because that is quite the coincidence. Coincidence? Okay, yeah. Well, welcome to the stream. I hope you like that video. Get live stream video, live chat ID. So we query for these things. We potentially get an error doing this. Okay, that's fine. We're not putting a try catcher on here yet. This is a problem. And I don't really know what to do in this case. If get basic channel info fails, where do we call this? We call it literally once right here. And if this fails, I guess we want it to throw. And there's nothing that makes sense. So I guess we just have it throw. And then there's no reason putting a try catch around here if I'm just going to throw the error anyway. Well, I guess we could log from here and then throw. Yeah, fine. Okay. Think your video is on algorithm right now? I don't know. Saw it the other day. I think the number of impressions has kind of died down on that video. I could probably see. I mean, maybe it picked up again, but let me take a look. Analytics. Yeah, it's gotten about 10 views per day, apparently. So I don't think it's doing like crazy well or anything. Although a lot of people are watching like half of it. That's pretty good. So catch error, we're going to log the error in this case. Saw it like 3 days ago. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it's still showing up somewhere. I just don't think the way that the YouTube algorithm seems to work, and this is going to be kind of hard to show without drawing this out, I guess. So let me just kind of draw here. Okay, so the way it kind of works is you have time here and you have impressions here. And it makes these little spikes and then kind of levels off and then spikes again if you do well and then levels off and then spikes again. And so at any given point, they're basically saying like, okay, for this section, can you handle the increased amount of impressions we're going to give you? And is the video still going to do well? And so this is what I've seen. And so that Google video did have a spike a few times and then it leveled off. And I guess the people who kind of wanted to see it kind of already saw it. The showing up above 1 with 6 million views is probably just like it's newer content. It's probably more relevant to people now. YouTube keeps recommending me your past YouTube streams. Yeah, that's the one thing that I think could be kind of harmful here. I don't like watching live streams on YouTube. So if they show up, I hide the video or mark that I'm not interested. And earlier I mentioned this thing about like, look, I've been streaming on Twitch. So streaming on YouTube is almost no technical work. I just click another button. So that's easy. But then what's the impact of doing that? And the impact is feed pollution. And this could turn off existing subscribers. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So console error fetching channel info. Yeah, sure, fine. And then throw error. Okay. Want to make sure I try catches on all this stuff. All right, what is this? To do, make sure we respect this. That's done. To do, make sure all this is a listener pattern. That's done. To do, here's what I care about. That's also done. Except I don't ever use the display name anywhere, right? Display name? No, I don't use the display name. I push it. It's in this message. I just don't use it anywhere. It's probably not important for right now. It could be eventually, though. I just noticed your keyboard. What is that? Check out the keyboard command. Actually, I was about to type it, but then I realized by saying to check it out, it's going to automatically do it. And thank you, Blub. What, do you had a different account for streaming and video creation? Yeah, so then that's possible. I think if I were going to do that, that instead what I would do is I would just mark the VODs unlisted. I think Twitch is a way better platform for interactivity. I think YouTube live streaming chat is like an afterthought. Also, hello. Doc. Happy February 29th. Don't forget to say it. Don't get to say that every year. Yeah. Also, happy release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? Oh man, looking forward to playing that when I can get my hands on a PS5. In other words, when I can take it from a friend. Not gonna buy a console for one game. Happy to see you again. I'm happy to be back. I've been streaming again since December 4th of last year, so it's been almost exactly 3 months, but it's only been on YouTube for like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. Or streaming on YouTube, I mean, for that long. Yeah. I had so much fun playing a couple of games. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, of course, too, which is practically the same game. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's just such an enjoyable experience. I was blown away by what they did. Okay, so I think we're done with this one. Yeah, I've looked through this entire thing. So I think we can mark this as finished. Bot database, same thing. Bot storage layer. I just added in YouTube token with name. That's fine, but why did they put this here? I guess that's why I put the other types. Okay, that's fine. The new database schema. The types. Yeah, I just forgot to hit the plus button on all these things. And then I got to this, and that's where I tried to figure out, am I done? This is not good. Did I work with Angular? Only very briefly, and not because of an official reason. There was like a side project someone was doing, and I needed to add something to it. So I need to learn enough Angular to be able to do that. Started playing last night. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it was much harder for me back in the day when I was reading Reddit to avoid spoilers for games. And I had to basically just unsubscribe from certain Reddits. So for example, with Zelda, I just unsubscribed from the Nintendo Switch subreddit and something else. And then I had to write a calendar reminder to resubscribe because I wanted to read those. I'm not on Reddit any longer. And with YouTube videos, I think it's much harder to get a spoiler because you have to actually watch the video, and you can just avoid the video. That way you'd have VODs separate and available at the same time without risking feed pollution. Yeah, and then I guess the question is like, what's the purpose of the live streams on YouTube? And I think there are a couple reasons. It's like pull people into Twitch or just my content in general, and increase watch hours for now for the main account so that I can become a partner. So if I split this, I can still pull people into my content, but they wouldn't be able to find any other videos that I do, at least not easily. And this is something where I just kind of wish I could say like, look, these are public, but just don't put them in people's feeds. I don't know. I don't know if it even bothers people though. Blub commented on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're annoyed by it. Just said YouTube keeps recommending me your past YouTube streams. Okay, so this does not have any sort of try catch around it. And if this fails, I mean, ideally, maybe we try again. I'm not going to worry about that for now, though. We're just going to put a console.error and have it do this. Yep, error sending chat message. And we're not going to throw this. So there will be no way for the caller to know that this failed. But there's literally, there are no callers, actually. I was going to say there's one caller. There will eventually be callers. But this is the kind of thing where if it fails, then, I mean, what do we even do? Like, maybe it failed because of quota, and there's literally nothing we can do. We just have to wait. By the way, I did not submit that form yesterday because I got very close and then something came up and I needed to stop. And that form is quite long. Okay, so now init changed slightly because I removed this. Yeah. Then API, I think we're good here. but only a few people watch live. Remember, it's only a few concurrent people who watch live. So, for example, maybe my Twitch streams have an average of like 150 viewers, but over the course of 3 hours, that means that maybe 2,000 people watched, something like that. So same thing with YouTube. There might be like 5 average viewers, but over the course of the day or 3 hours, yeah, that means, you know, you get about 100, 200 people. Okay, what is this? What is this? This is the thing I made for fetching YouTube tokens. Okay, yeah. I see. YouTube get tokens. So then this stuff at the top doesn't need to be here. Yep, sounds good. OAuth 2 callback should be hard-coded since it has to match redirect URL. We could parse this out of the URL, I guess. What is the redirect URL? I guess it should be an env example. So it's this. And if I just open up Node and do u equals new URL, can I get the, yeah, path name right there. Well, isn't that easy? It all worked out. So I have url.parse this. I want to get the redirect URI, yeah. So redirect URL equals, this is going to confuse me because this is URL and this is URI. But whatever. And then this is supposed to be, if this is equal to this thing's path name, that should work. And now we can delete the comment. Nice. How long have I been using it? A little over 2 years. I think I started in December of whatever year that would have been. 2021. Yeah, I think then. How long have I been programming? I've got a command that answers half of the question, which is there. But the other half of the question is how old am I currently, for which there is also a command, Adam's age. However, it's not an easy answer. I do have commands for everything. There are, I think, 100 or 382 commands. Although not really, because some of these are aliases, 384. But yeah, some are aliases. So like, what's a good example? I guess Abbott, yeah. This and this are really the same command. All right. So yeah, let's finish reading through this. So we make a server. Its only job is to get the token and call our callback that we have. Oh, hey, right here. We can replace this now. Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, happy with that. What is this? That's fine. What is this? It's also fine. Why is this highlighted? ESLint was configured to run on. Well, that makes no sense. What? Configured to run on this using project. However, it does not include this file. How is that possible? Is this not in source? It is. What? That's strange. Definitely strange. What is the blockchain thing? Bunch of stupid commands. Did that just fix this? Or is this just... No, it didn't fix this. I don't understand what's doing this. tsconfig doesn't include this file. There should be another tsconfig in the YouTube package that does include this file, and it's right there. Source. Also, why does this error not show up for anything else in here? YouTube API source. We have a bunch of other things like get tokens. I didn't complain about these. I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we have to look in the TS config of the root. This doesn't have anything included though. I don't know. Hey, Crows. Yeah, weird. I don't know how to fix this. Out of curiosity, what if we were to put this in a different file? Actually, what if we just didn't do anything here? What if we just said like console.log hello world? No, it's the same problem no matter what. I wonder if this is an issue with the capitalization of the file name. Does this also have an issue? Empty files are not allowed. I guess that's a different issue. Okay, yeah, well, we got to figure this out because I don't think it's going to even let me commit if I don't fix this. Change ESLint's list of included files to not include this file. Change the TS config to include this file. Create a new TS config that includes this file. Okay, so it's finding the root one and it's saying, I don't know why it's finding the root one though. It says create a new one that includes this file and include it in your parser options.project. Okay, maybe that's the issue here. Do I have an ESLint config somewhere? Oh, yep, that's a problem. I never put one in there here. Well, whoops. Guess we got to write that down somewhere. So adding a package, if you use ESLint, copy over an ESLint rc.cjs. ESLint rc.cjs. So that linting will work properly. Okay, so which one do we copy over? And are they all just pretty much the same? They are similar enough. I think it's just the parser options that matters. So let's save this then over here. ESLint rc.cjs. Good. Now paste that in and then get rid of the ignore pattern. And now I think we're good. So now there should be no red squiggly here if we wait about 5 seconds. That is not no red squiggly. Cannot read file source. Oh, whoops. I see. I saved this in the wrong place. Just put this here. There. That should fix it. Oh, yep, there it goes. No longer red. Hooray. All right, so now I think I have the full set of instructions that I need to follow next time around. I clearly did not have it in a complete form before, and that bit me at least twice. Now I think we're good. So add or create wrapper around YouTube API. So the wrapper knows how to check for live streams, read basic channel info, read live chat messages, and send messages. Nothing actually uses this API yet, other than to fetch tokens. Yeah. Hey, Devil Dog. Hey, ZX. Okay. So commit this. Come on. Good. Okay, cool. Whew. Yeah. Whew. All right. So now next step is to figure out how I want to split this up. So we have bot.ts over here, and it's got all the commands. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that deals with the commands. So for example, when we want to process potential commands, we just look through that list. Wow, if I could stop just deleting code here. Process potential command. No, what did I do? I accidentally did something. Yeah, revert this. Okay. Yeah, whoops. So this gets all command data here and then looks through it So basically everywhere we reference commands, I think we're going to extract this out to its own class. Oh man, this is going to make some of this annoying. Yeah, also bot command, isn't that going to break everything? Bot command has last execution time on Twitch. Oh man. Oh. All right. Well, this is going to be hard. How often do I write unit tests? I haven't been writing as much for this. I want to just get this stuff done, and I don't know. The tests are basically just, are people using it in production? The tests I do have, because I'd started writing some, and I've got, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 20 tests, and some for the database as well. And then I was just like, this is slowing me down, and it's not really helping, and I don't want to be spending a ton of time on this. I think unit tests are really good if you have multiple people working on a project, if you have a project that you ever want to make changes to, or you have a project that had bugs in it, and there just hasn't been much of a reason to add them. Yeah, this is VS Code. Yeah. I'm actually surprised I don't have an editor command. Yeah, I'll add one in. I have a VS Code command, right? Yeah. There we go. Okay, so currently bot.ts represents a Twitch bot and has commands. So proposal here is move commands to its own file. Problem is commands contains bot command, which has a handler, which has a context. The context itself points back to the bot. Yeah, there's so much. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot going on here. All right. The problem is that the commands are bot commands. And yeah, we have an execute for this thing. Okay. Are bot commands which have Twitch specific information in them. Okay, this stuff doesn't really matter. It's mostly this bot command handler, I think. We have an execute method. Hey, Ray. Okay, well, that's bot command, but then we also need bot command context. So where's that bot command context? And this has a reference to the bot. And has the broadcaster name thing here as well. This is gonna suck. All right. So just make this plain text so I don't get a bunch of red all over. Commands are bot commands that have Twitch specific information in them, and then they also refer to bot command context, which has a reference to the Twitch bot. Okay, so how can we split this stuff up? There are bits of a command that are generic, an ID for, well, I shouldn't say generic, that are not specific to a particular platform. So the ID, for example, is the command's ID no matter what. Whether or not it's privileged, whether it can be deleted. So there's essentially the database representation of a command. And if we go look at the commands table, describe commands, I'm pretty sure all that's here. Yeah, it's ID, whether it can be deleted, whether it's privileged. So ID, whether it can be deleted, whether it's privileged, and whether or not it's got a text response. So all those things are just data. Then the handler, what is this used for? The handler is only used for execution. Let's continue writing this down. Commands have database information, can be deleted, is privileged, an ID, and is text command, I guess. And then commands have platform specific information, last execution time on this platform. What else? Hey, Mamba. I wonder why I even get the broadcaster name. Oh, man. Okay, so they have a handler for execution. The handler is a bot command handler, which has a context. Context as a bot. Let me just make sure I've got all that. Where do we make one of these? I no longer construct them in the code directly, do I? All right, what is the handler here? Make text command handler. In context.say, it knows how to respond. This is just returning a method. Wait a sec. What? Oh, this is a function. Yeah. I only read this as like, oh, it's got parameters, it's got context, but these are parameters to a function. Yeah, so the handler takes in a context. A handler that takes in the bot itself. And I think information about the message. This will be past a context when we execute it. So where's execute called? Here. And we make a context here. And it's out of the bot in the message. Yeah. It takes in a context. And the context is the bot information and the original message. Okay. So I need to untangle this stuff. All right, let me think about this. What if we just had command names to command database data? So something like today pointed to a command with ID equals whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is privileged is false. Everyone can run that command. Can be deleted is technically true. And is text command is true. So we have this information. And then each bot could have... No, but then how do you know what it does when you execute it? I guess for text commands, it could just have a response in there too. But what do we do about something like adcom? Built-in commands. They have specific handlers, yeah. So something like this. And here's the handler for it. And a handler in this case takes in a context. So I can't write this in a generic way unless I have something that will provide the values I need on either platform. And what do I take from context? Context is a way of replying, and it's a way of adding the commands back to this. Is this the command pattern? Part of it is, I'm pretty sure. Let me look this up to make sure I'm not actually saying this wrong. Command design pattern, behavioral design pattern turns a request into standalone object, allowing parameterization of clients with different requests. Not quite, I think. Oh, I guess it is pretty similar. Give me a sec. I'm still trying to think about how I want to do this. So this is the handler for add command, and we need a way of replying to, wait, we don't even have this concept on YouTube. There is no such thing as replying to a message, right? You can't, is there a reply button? There's report and there's block. Also, who am I typing as? I'm typing as the wrong account, but either way, there's no reply. Oh, hey, that's how you turn on timestamps. Okay, well, that's another issue, I suppose. YouTube doesn't have the concept of replies. Now, I'd still want to use replies if I could. So in this case, the YouTube way of doing things would just be to, I guess, tag the person in the message. Can you even tag people? All right, Coldfire, I'm going to see if I can, yeah, I can tag people. Just testing to see what this looks like. Is that clickable? There's a remove here. That's for my whole message. Does this even show up differently, I wonder? I don't know how YouTube works. I'm pretty sure you can add, I mean, I did it. It auto-completed the name, but it just doesn't look any different. On Twitch, I think if you do that same thing, it'll look different. Well, it turned it bold at least. Although maybe it would have done that for just a made-up name. No, yeah, it just does that. It highlights, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see that. Thank you, Bruno. Yeah, so it highlights if it's your name. Yeah, I'm not on the Adam Learns account right now. I'm on my personal account because I just am logged in as the wrong user. Okay, so that's as good as we can do for replies. So when we get to the execution thing, we're going to need to pass in something that's generic here. And it's going to need a reply. It's going to need everything that this has, I suppose, which is getting the bot. And why do we do that? Getting the broadcaster name, saying and replying. Okay, so context, yeah. When executing a command, make the context generic. So it has say, reply. On YouTube, this is the same as say, with maybe a name tag in it. Hey, Carlos. So say, reply, get broadcaster name. Why did I use this? Why did I ever write this? Where is this used? Oh, it's literally only used for say and reply. Oh, so then it's not needed. Was only needed for say and reply on Twitch. And then the last thing is the bot itself. Why was the bot needed? Also only because, well, for here, it was used so that we could tell it to say and reply. But then it was also used outside of here like this. So this is the handler for the command, could get access to the bot so that it could check its storage layer to add a quote. I don't think we need that anymore. No, we might want to do cooldowns differently. So yeah, I think having access to the bot would be a good idea. And then the bot, this is a reference back to the bot so that we could, exclusively, I think, for accessing the storage layer. Yeah, in fact, if we select all of these and just do this, yeah. Well, there's one add command here. Bot.add command. What is this? User add command. Okay, so in this case, this is going to be a very specific thing so that we could access the database and also add commands dynamically. Hey, Juicebox Hero. You're right in time, right on time. All right, this is going to be pretty tough. Yeah. I'll need to mock something up for this, I think. This is why I committed already. I'm glad. Got some jumps. Yeah. Yeah, it is break time. So fine, I'll take a break. I'll come back and we'll resume. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey everybody. GG's. Look at the height reached on some of these people, 61K. Games played 24. Close the game. All right, we got hard work to do. Yeah, so commands can be moved to its own file. So what am I thinking of for here? We have, I guess I should probably plan this out somewhere. So we'll call it like, I don't know, new command. I'm not actually gonna call it new command. I just wanna put all this together. And it's going to be just a bundle of information. So class new command has all these things. And yeah. I guess we can do this like the proper way here. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can just like write this out. Props. Okay, so then we have TwitchBot, which is going to have a reference to the commands. Constructor is going to take in commands. And I guess we make that like a command database or something like that. Command in memory commands. Something like this. And then here there'd be a map of all of these, like what we have for this. Is this the PHP stream? Yep. You found it. Well, what's that old saying? The hardest things in programming are naming class. The hardest two things are naming classes and cache misses and off by one errors. I think naming is particularly difficult. Okay, so here we just have a map of this to new command. All right, so then here we pass in the in-memory commands. All right, so all of this is fine so far. This is all generic information, but each command needs to be associated with what it does. And that's the part I need to figure out. Each command still needs a handler. So what is the handler exactly? And the handler needs to be a function that takes in something generic. It needs to be a function that takes in something generic. Takes in a takes in generic representation of a bot and a chat message. Does Twitch still use IRC? They do, but they also have event sub now. The only response is the ops thing. Never mind, fixed it. Denver coder. Ah, here it is. Yeah. Denver coder 9. This is the age-old issue. When I write things this way, this doesn't sound so bad. Hey, Tat. So let's go find out what the handler is currently. It's a bot command handler. And we're going to change this to take in a generic context. So we're going to call this new command handler. And it's taken a new command context. So now, what was the old context we had? It took in a bot, and it had a chat message. Yeah. So the new command context is going to take in a bot, which is like a generic bot with say, reply, well, with say and reply functions. And it's going to take in a chat message, which is a generic message with author information. All right, I think that's good, except we do need a reference to the specific bot. Okay. Hey, Luffy. Interested to see if Stack Overflow experienced any dip in traffic after ChatGPT got mainstream. It probably saw a dip. Wonder if it picked up again though afterward. But I know some people now are using Find, for example, PHIND, and other people are using ChatGPT, and other people are just using tools directly in their editor. I mean, for example, I don't know how many times I've searched for something like how to sort an array in Python because I just wouldn't remember the exact call to it. And now I could just write a comment like sort this array and then just press enter and it'll just type it out for me. So that would save me a trip to Stack Overflow. So yeah, I think it would have less traffic. Okay, so this structure makes sense to me. Now, how do we form these generic bots and generic messages? And I think the simplest way is we have an abstract based class, which is something like generic bot or platform bot or something like that. And it has methods for say and reply. And then we have something like Twitch bot extends platform bot. And we actually fill out the say command to be whatever is needed here. Yeah. Yeah. This is my 10x idea. Snack Overflow. I wonder if there's any actual idea there, like a snack subscription service that optimized for what you liked. But then it'd probably just keep sending you the same general stuff, right? Maybe not. Maybe what would be cool is sending you snacks from around the world. So if you're in America, you start getting, like UK biscuits. And if you're in the UK, you get Pop Tarts. Yeah, it's this is my 20x idea. Did it get trained on Stack Overflow? I don't know what it used for training data. I tried a Pop Tart, did not get it. The reason I'm saying this is I think it was Windy Beard Games, who's in the UK, who said that every time they get stuff from the US, it's always got to include Pop Tarts. Also, I think everyone is nuts for M&Ms, although even Americans are nuts for M&Ms. Yeah. Python snake gummies, Java mocha crisp. Crab flavored chips actually exist. Hey, you're on a roll, on a lobster roll. Okay, I think I should prototype this. I think I should test this out. And I think it'll probably mostly work, but I wonder if there's a better way to do this stuff. I mean, at some point, I guess what this boils down to is we need a dispatch that's going to eventually call into say or apply and the correct say or apply. So either you do this through something like inheritance, or you have like an if or a switch statement somewhere, or you have references to, well, I guess for types to matter, it's got to. I was thinking, how do you do duck typing in TypeScript? And I guess that's what structural typing is. So as long as it has a say command that matches the structure, but then at that point, we're just implementing an interface. Okay. Okay, so let's try this. Is there a way we can test this with just a little bit of the code that I have and not delete everything? I guess we got to go make a bunch of new classes. And for now, I'll just put them all in one file, I suppose. Yeah, so let's save this at this level. We'll call this something like new commands. Just for lack of a better thing right now. Candy she brought was a 5 kilogram bag of M&Ms, and I was allergic to peanuts. Oh, oh. M&M world? You find M&Ms mediocre at best? Strategy pattern. I don't know a lot of the patterns by names, even though I've looked at practically every design pattern at some point. Take in a sorting strategy at any point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think this is essentially what I'm going to be doing. And so I'll prototype this out and we'll see what it ends up looking like. So we're gonna copy everything from here and put this in the file and then make it a comment and then actually make the proper classes that we have. So I mean, this is practically the same, but not exactly the same. So I said we want an ID, is privilege, can be deleted, is text command. Yeah, last execution time on Twitch wouldn't exist here. And the handler would be a new command handler. And the new command handler is what exactly? This. Okay, sure. So let's go get that too. So this is new command handler, which takes in a new command context. All right, so now this changes in type. Let's get this import. Good. Okay. We're looking pretty good so far. We almost have one class written out. Set handler, we don't have this here, we don't have this. And then we have an execute, which takes in a new command handler, new command context, and calls it. All right, so there's this class. This looks good now. Now we need new command context, which was this, which has a generic bot and a generic message. New command context. All right, so let's do this. All right, good. And now we need, I guess, more of an interface generic bot, which is going to have say and reply, and an interface for generic message, which is going to have author information. What is our current author information that we have? I think there's a lot to this, and I don't remember exactly what it is. Context dot, is there not a message in here? Oh, there's no message in here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's when we construct it. Okay, so new bot command context finds this, and the message is a chat message, and the chat message has a whole bunch of stuff. Oh man, okay, so this is something I hadn't really considered. If we really wanted the entirety of the message information at our disposal, we would probably either just make it a chat message or something else. But the platforms differ wildly. Like Twitch has the concept of cheering, and YouTube has, I think, something kind of similar, like super messages or something. But they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same. Hi, C++ packets. I'm going to make this an OS npm lib. No, it's currently, I mean, it's available. The source is viewable, but it's not intended to be a general purpose bot. When was the last time someone cheered in here? I think Smoo did a week ago or so. I don't know. Yeah, so chat message has a whole bunch of stuff. And what do we use on that chat message? So bot command context, we call reply with the message because, oh no, that's needed. Or we have a string here. Oh, thanks, Juicebox Zero. I'll happily take your money. I appreciate it. I guess Jump Royale is no longer a free-to-play game. I'm sorry. Sorry for what? The infrequent cheering? I'm not pushing for monetization on the channel. Like I said, 2024 is mostly just exploration and not monetization. Although March is probably going to be making that organization course, and that is going to be like a premium course. You spend the most money on free-to-play games? Oh man, I'm like the opposite. If it says free to play, I'm like, how can I play this game without ever spending money? And I think the rare times that I've spent money, they've been the Monopoly money that Google Play gives out. Ah, I see. Wondering about cheering, then someone cheered. Well, $10 in my pocket. So yeah, how do we reply to a message? We can pass in a string, and that's what the reply to is here. Say, where does that come in? Attributes, chat, say, message attributes. How does this tell you what to reply to? Many people can type the same message, right? Like if I'm a mod, I could type AAA and so could other people, and it wouldn't know which message you want to reply to. So we would need to pass in the original thing. And I guess this is where things get a little bit more complicated. We do need the original message here. And I wrote that in my prototype thing that we have, right? Yeah. Yeah, the handler needs to be passed a specific bot that then I guess we have to cast anyway. Or else how could we do this? No, the bot would know how to do this. It would take in the message and then it would know what kind of message it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I don't know what this is going to be yet, but we're going to at some point have a Twitch bot, and its reply function is very important to write down here because of how it works. This is how it works. It's very important that we have the original chat message. So we could do some casting. Yeah. You already paid for the DLC. I think the string part is not the message or the message ID. Oh, I see. Okay. We could probably use the message ID. Yeah, it'll be dynamic switching based on the message type. Yeah. Well, not necessarily based on the type, but just we know that if it's a Twitch bot that's using this, then it must have been a Twitch message that's being handled here. So we can just cast it inside of this. And so this would have been a generic message. And then we say const Twitch message equals generic message as chat message. Yeah, and then we put this here, Twitch message. Or just whatever. This could have just been here too. Okay. So a generic message. What's even the point of doing this? Maybe there is no point. No, because the handler needs to know this. Yeah. I see. So this can just be an interface that then the other ones implement. Class Twitch message. It's really just chat message. Yeah, implements generic message. And YouTube message. And then Twitch bot implements generic bot. And same thing with YouTube bot. So reply doesn't take a channel. I guess the Twitch bot needs to know what channel this is all for. Okay, so something I think that's worth maybe plugging in all of this is when we finally call execute. So this is process potential command. We get all this information, yeah. So let's copy paste this over here and let's see what this would look like. So I think I have enough of this where I have an idea of how this will look. So in this case, we're gonna check a bunch of stuff with commands, which should work pretty much the same way as what we were doing before. And then here's where we make a command context. We have this new command context, and I think that's all we need now. So we make one of these, and so there should be a constructor that takes in both those properties. Yeah, and then just saves it. Good. Bot is declared with values never read. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so now down here, we make a new command context, which takes in a generic bot. And this should work. Why doesn't it? And then a chat message, which should be, where's the chat message? Twitch message, there it is. But I mean, really, this is just chat message, which implements generic message and is a, can we also do extends chat message? Doesn't actually extend a chat message though. Must proceed implement. Is imported using type, yeah. Just get rid of the type here. Okay, so now Twitch message is a chat message, and I don't see why this doesn't work. Not assignable to parameter type generic bot. Property say is missing. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, so we would need to write out say. Hey Schwartz, hey Liquidor. What's the difference between generic message and chat message? So the generic message is something that is either a Twitch message or a YouTube message. And so we need to know that they inherit or they implement the same interface so that I can have a general context that just takes in a generic message. The chat message is the one that's specific to Twitch. So if I show you the type for this, it's got a bunch of Twitch specific things like is cheer, is redemption. What else? There might be rating stuff in here. Yeah, like hype chat. Like these are all things that are very specific to Twitch. It happens to be called chat message because it's taken from a library that is Twitch specific and wouldn't have a reason to call it Twitch chat message, but it might as well be called Twitch chat message. So in this case, we just have the text, and I guess a reply needs to pass in information about what it's replying to. And I guess we just take in the generic message. Yeah, reply to message, generic message. So now that fits, that tracks. And the same thing here, async say, text string. So the channel needs to be stored in the Twitch bot now. But I guess we could also, no, yeah, it had to be stored in the Twitch bot. So if I were making a generic bot, how would I do this? How would I know where it should respond? And I guess it's based on which channel the message that it's responding to was said in. Yeah. So it always needs to take in a channel. And my bot happens to only work in one channel. So I think this should be fine. Yeah, so does this all work now? Can user execute command? Get their message info. Set the last execution time. This is something that we need to be stored in the bot now. And then await command.execute. Okay, so we have a, what is the command? The command doesn't have an execute. I never wrote one anywhere. What is this? Oh, new command does have one. So I never actually defined what the command is. So I guess we'd say something like command equals new command. And what does it take in? A handler? We would have gotten this from a map of commands. So I guess for now, we just kind of write out some fake thing here. And then what else is taken? ID is privileged, can be deleted. I just want to get something that looks kind of correct. And the handler is a new command handler. It takes in params and a context. Okay, fine. Okay, params is defined but never used. I guess we can just get rid of that. Expected one argument got 4 because these are all supposed to be provided inside of an object. So handler ID is privileged and is or can be deleted. String is not assignable to UUID. I mean, I don't want to make all these things match really. Like UUID 7, sure. This should be, I don't really care about this. Whatever, fine. It's just going to be a string and I'll just ignore the error. Okay, so we get a command and then we want to eventually call execute on it, and execute takes something different now. Cannot find command data. This is going to be, what is this? Takes in the params and the context. So params could just be something like hi there and the context. Yeah. Okay. I think this will work. How am I going to do cooldowns? cooldowns had previously been stored inside of the command itself, last execution time on Twitch. And a command could know when it was last executed, but it doesn't actually matter when the command was last executed. It matters when the bot last executed it in a particular channel, I guess. So I think cooldown information gets moved to the bot, and the bot has some test for that. All right, this is not going to be doable in like an hour and a half, but I should still write down everything that we have to do for this. So refactor the command system, move cooldown information to the bots themselves rather than the commands. And by the way, the reason for that is like, you don't want people spamming the same command in one chat. But if two people typed today at exactly the same time and one person typed it on Twitch and the other person typed it on YouTube, there's no reason why it shouldn't respond on both platforms. So that's why the command can't have that information anymore. The bot needs to have that information. Thank you, Juicebox Hero. Is there anything else I'm missing? I'm worried that there's something I'm missing that I won't know until I finally hit that as a problem. And I'm like, oh, the design didn't work for this at all. I like your glasses. Okay, so here's the last thing I want to do, which is Twerple had an example somewhere here. And they had basic bot, and they have a GitHub here somewhere. Where is their GitHub? I guess let's just go up to here and find it through, where is it? Just search for basic. Basic bot, docs, examples. Oh, it's all just in the documentation? Wait, they had something with cooldowns and stuff. Where, what am I thinking of? Is it not this? I could have sworn it was this. But I thought there was some repo that they had. Do I still use Twerple? I am still using it, yeah. Oh man, I can't remember what this was. I probably deleted it a long time ago too. I don't see any folders that make sense to contain the thing that I want to find. Yeah. Okay, well, I must have deleted that. And I can't remember where I found it. There was some site or some repo I was using that had a bot that was pretty much already made. Oh, wait, here it is. EasyBot. That's what's called. Okay, yeah. I wanted to look at this one again. So this is where I had built some of the things that I did based on this. And they had a way of handling this that I thought was kind of clever. So if we look through the source of this, I think we should find it. Let me load this up by going to, this is not a sub repo, is it? I guess we could just install it and take a look at it there, but I'll just get the repo. Yeah. All right, so temp git clone, cd into that, go to packages. Should see EasyBot here somewhere. There it is. I don't know why I don't see it there. Oh, there it is. Got it. Yeah, so then we open up source. Okay, so they have 5 files here. This one is not important. This is helper. What do we have? Create bot command options. So there's a cooldown here. And how do they do this? They make a new anonymous class. And each command has its own execution information in here. And so we could do something like this and add in one other thing, make like a map of maps, and the maps our first keyed off a platform. What are those folders sorted by? I have no idea. I've never figured that out. I wanted to be alphabetical and I just never looked into it any further. Make a new bot command. Its constructor has this stuff. Set interval. So each one of these has its own set interval call, which is going to check to see if we can use this again. I don't like that idea. Has aliases. It has a can execute. And then it has the actual execute. Okay. I think this made sense for a one platform bot. Yeah. I think it made sense for that. I don't think it makes sense for this that I'm doing now. Trolling myself. I mean, it is really annoying. I just never figured it out. But like, yeah, what is this ordering here? If we go back a directory, is there some more obvious thing that happens? Chat, auth, event. No, it's not even in the same order anymore. Oh, no, it goes downward, I guess. Okay, so it's probably by date, if I had to guess. But then why doesn't it also sort alphabetically? And what is ls right now? It's alias to lsd. So man lsd, how do we get it to do alphabetical? I don't even know. Order. Sort by words. Possibilize or size, time, version, extension, get instead of by name. It should be sorting by name then to begin with. And it just isn't. Assume you already have a cooldown collection with commands and timestamps. Can't you just add the platform as a key to their objects and garbage collect once in a while? So the way that things are currently working here, and I guess we could look at this directly in the Abbott code. Packages, bots, source, Twitch, and here, I think. No, not that one, here. So the way that it's currently working is I keep track in each command of when it was last executed. And I'm keeping track just on Twitch. I could just keep track of when it was last executed on a given platform. Or I could have the bot keep track of that information. And yeah, I'm not really totally set yet on one of the ways. They could still be in the commands and just have them in a map keyed on platform. Yeah, like last execution time equals new map platform number. Yeah. All right, I want to get something working. And in order to do that, we've got to convert this prototype that I had into an actual thing. I didn't fully see yet if I'm going to run into any other problems. I guess the first thing we would do is just get the system working on Twitch because it's already working. So we should go to the refactored style and still have it work on Twitch. So I guess first we start by extracting out the commands. This is going to mess everything up. Bot command cooldown manager. Command just specifies the cooldown and the manager handles the platform filters. Yeah, there could be something like that. Like I said, I'm not totally set yet. And it's not that none of these ideas will work or there are no working ideas. It's just what do I want to use? This is like a major refactoring. All right, yeah, where do we start? I think it's extracting out the commands. So right now we have bot command, and this is going to change. This is going to be the new command thing that we're talking about, and I'll just rename everything at the very end. So this is currently in Twitch as a folder. That's not going to fly, because this is not Twitch specific anymore. Maybe we make like a multi-platform thing or platform base. Or just put it in a commands folder. What is command data? Yeah, let's put it in there. It's at least a good place for now. So we'll just copy paste this and name this new command. And delete this thing in there. And then instead of bot command, we're going to have this new command thing be the thing that we use. So let's copy paste all of this over to here. Rename this to new, this to new, and this to new. All right, so new command context doesn't exist. We got to create it. I had already created in that prototype thing. So let's go take that. And it takes in a generic bot and a generic message. Oh, man. Yeah. Good, good, good. This changes to new. We don't have last execution time on Twitch. All right. We're getting there. All right, good. So no errors in this file, right? Yeah, just some unused things, which I haven't written the code yet. So now we try to take this into a map of strings to new commands, which is not going to work. But then we can just go fix those errors, I guess. Property can be deleted. Does not exist on type. Commands.get should be returning this. And there is a can be deleted on here. Why is this a problem? Yeah, why is this a problem? Turns a new command. Oh, I imported the wrong thing. Oh. New command. Yeah, delete that. That wasn't supposed to be from Abbott database. That was supposed to be from the new command thing there. Okay, so now we have a different set of errors. So now this is conversion of new command to bot command. Maybe a mistake because neither type sufficiently overlaps. Yeah, so this, why was this even a thing I had before? Oh, to make sure it wasn't undefined because of this part. Okay, yeah, so now we need to turn them into Twitch commands. So this actually can just be a new command. That part is fine. I guess same thing here. And then what do we have? Set a handler. Bot command handler is not assignable to type new command handler. Yeah. New emotes. Yeah. We have cat emotes now. There's a cat stream. Yeah, it's funny. Abby is always kind of within earshot of us, but doesn't want to be super close sometimes. And so she's across the hall right now in the bathroom. So she can hear me, but she's not like super close. And I think I need to set up a cat bed or a cat tower in here or something so that she wants to hang out here. Is she over there? I don't know. Anyway, I was petting her on the break. She seems to want to be petted. I don't know why she's not like seeking it out right now. Oh, I thought Abby was a person. No, Abby's the cat. Also, treats help. Yeah. Yeah, I should do that some more too. This is Abby. Look at Abby. So cute. Let me see if I have another photo I can share really fast because I've been taking some more. Okay, here's a good one. Look at that. Look at that cat. Resting in a sunbeam. Cat cam. The thing about a cat cam is she's got to be in one spot or else the cat cam needs to keep pointing at something different. And I guess we'd have to put the camera in the bathroom right now because that's where she is. I'm not going to do that. Oh, yeah. Whenever I walk over to the cat and she's in a sunbeam, I'm like, you know how to live. And I just want to fall asleep next to her. Cat CCTV, yeah. We should develop a cam tracker. Imagine like a Roomba following her around. It not only cleans, but it also records. Wouldn't think you want a cooldown to apply across platforms, only within. Oh, yeah. Oh, make the cat wear a camera. I see. Go film other cats. Start a Twitch stream. Monetize my cat. Okay, so in order to make this work, the command handler needs to inherit from this. So we have this new command handler, and we're trying to turn this into this type. So we've got to change how this returns something. This would just be a new command handler, I guess. I hope this works. And then this is new command context. And now context does have context.say, but it doesn't know that it does. Oh, this just hasn't been imported? No, wait, what? Did I not make this? New command context should exist somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, it's not exported. Okay. Okay, now say does not exist on that. Right, we have to get the bot, and the bot has say. So can we just make these public for now? It's not definitely assigned. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. Context.bot.say. Yeah, so that'll work. we're gonna maybe slowly get there, and maybe everything will be broken. All right, what other errors do we have to go fix? This one, conversion. Oh, this is easy. Okay, so now handler is make text command handler. New command handler is not a type assignable to this type because of this thing here. This would be a new command handler. There we go. All right, we only have like 14 more errors left to get through. Type bot command context, because user get quote is the wrong thing now. We should just probably blanket remove this and turn this into that. That caused way more issues. Oh man. Okay, reply doesn't exist on this. Yeah, it's going to be context.bot.reply, and that expects 2 arguments because we need to pass in what, the original message or something. What did I say? Reply takes in a reply to message. Yes. So where do we get that from? Context.chat message. Is this a generic message? It is. So then the context can have a say. It can wrap this for me, right? Yeah, it's just going to call into the bot anyway. It might as well. Okay, so we just put these things over here and have them do this. What's the problem here? Expected equals for property initializer. I don't see an issue, so I must be thinking about this wrong. Where is say in the original context, bot command context? Say equals async. Okay, this is what this should look like, I guess. Okay, yeah, I just had the wrong syntax. And then a colon, and then this. And then this. And then we'll finally, yeah, nice. All right, return type of an async function must be global promise type. So why was this void originally? Oh, because that was what was plugged in through the other thing we had. Okay, yeah. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. And then reply is going to take in the string and the reply to message, and it's going to forward this to the bot's reply. Okay. Whew. Now we go back to bot. We don't need to do context.bot.reply. We just do context.reply. And I don't even think we need the reply to message because we have the chat message. So this should just be this .chat message. And now bot should have way fewer errors. Yeah. Hey, Freud. Oh, man. I don't know what's the difference of def and async def. Can you please tell me what are the differences and when do we use async def? So I always think about this in terms of actual promises in real life. You say something like, I'll go to the store by 5 p.m. today. This is essentially a promise just in plain English, right? And so when 5 p.m. rolls around, either you succeeded and you went to the store, or you failed and you didn't go to the store. But you can't tell now because it's not 5 p.m. yet. And so code promises are the same way. It's asynchronous. So it's this whole, I can't tell you now what happened because maybe the code is something like download image. It's not instantaneous. You need to reach out to another server. That server might be offline. If it is offline, you want to fail the promise. If you do manage to download the image though, then you eventually get to the success case and you want to do something. So async is a way of marking that a function cannot return immediately because it might need to do something like fetch, whatever, some website, https, cat.com/cutecat.png or something. Don't try going to that link, by the way, because I have no idea what that is. And so you would await this call and you'd get the result of that call. And then this will essentially, quote unquote, poison the entire call hierarchy you have. So if you have something like a function that was like get all pictures, and this is like get cat picture, maybe you have a get dog picture function too. You would await get cat picture here. Cat pic equals this, and we just return this. And then this function also needs to be made async. So basically, async just implies that the function is asynchronous and thus must do something that's asynchronous, and you would await the call to any asynchronous call you have in there. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. And so what's an example of something that is synchronous? Anything that can be done and immediately return. So it is blocking until it blocks until finished. And that might be something like, a for loop of I equals 0, I is less than whatever. Yeah. Although this is not JavaScript. And maybe you're computing whatever, squares of numbers or something. This sort of thing doesn't need to reach out to any other system, doesn't need to wait on anything. It's just taking CPU time. And maybe it takes a lot of CPU time. Maybe you are computing like 1 billion of these or something. But then your code will move on. Doesn't await make it synchronous. So this all has to do, you mentioned async def and regular def. And so depending on what language you're talking about, it might work a little differently. But typically what's going to happen is it will, there'll be some sort of event loop that manages this. And so in Node.js, for example, what'll happen is await will say, hey, when this is done, come back to this. And so it's not blocking your program's execution. It's blocking this function's execution. So doesn't it make it synchronous? It's like, I guess you could look at synchronicity in terms of function or program level scope. So your program will still continue. Whereas this, for example, while you're computing primes in a number or in a loop or something, this is blocking your whole program because that's all your program's going to be doing if it's single threaded. If you have more threads, it wouldn't have to be blocked. Hey, Patootie, hey, Maniac Bind. So I think at least the sort of layperson understanding you need for this is, does my code do something involving another entity? And if yes, make it async. That's generally what this comes down to. An entity is not necessarily another computer. So for example, you might be opening a file on disk. You can typically, or maybe not opening, maybe reading a file on disk. There are typically synchronous and asynchronous versions of these. And so the other entity in this case is the operating system or the disk or, a network call or even it could be anything. Okay, so we still have 1 million more errors to get through here. This is another case of what? Add built-in command not taking the right thing, probably. Yeah, this should just be new command handler. Okay, what other errors do we have? Let's go back up to the first one. Bot command handler is defined but never used. Yeah, this shouldn't ever exist anymore. And what's this? Add command does not exist on type generic bot. Yeah. So we need to cast this as a Twitch bot, which this is not. So first we go make it that implements generic bot. Cannot find name. Wait, what? Cannot find name. Oh, I must not have exported it. Generic bot. Yeah, I did not export it. Okay, export. If you don't put async in front of such a function, what happens? An error? I don't know exactly what happens. In my case, I would get an error, but I don't know if it's a linting error or TypeScript error. But that's where you can start doing things where you're making an async call without realizing it, and so there's no handler of that call. So anyway, if you test your own code, you'll kind of see this stuff happen. And it should be an error. It's just, I don't know what's treating it as an error. All right, go back to bot. And what do we have now? Cannot find generic bot. Yep, update import. Now it might say that we haven't implemented certain interface or functions, which I think we might have, but I don't recall. This definitely doesn't exist. This is going to be hard to do. We need to cast this as our current bot. So like Twitch bot equals context. Actually, this I guess won't be that hard to do because we just do this and then do Twitch bot dot add command. Conversion to bot may be a mistake because neither type sufficiently overlaps. This is intentional. Convert to unknown first. Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is how I would do this. There would be no error, just not behaved correctly. Yeah, then I guess it must be a linter error then that can detect that, hey, you're calling an asynchronous function without awaiting it. Recently I had to explain async await versus promise that then to a senior dev. Good opportunity for a YouTube video. I know what senior dev you're talking about. Yeah. And hey, Hagerman hour. All right, we're coming up on break time, but I want to fix more of these errors. Excuse me. Okay, so bot.storage layer doesn't exist. This is again where we need to know that we're using a Twitch bot here. Although that might eventually change, but let's do that. So this is now going to be Twitch bot. Yep. Yeah, pretty much the same thing with all this stuff. Twitch bot. Yep. Oh man. That should be most of them. Because I only had like 9 of these, I think. All right, now not assignable to type. Okay, so this should be a new command. And now set command doesn't work that way. Oh, refactoring, the joys. The absolute joys. Cannot be used as a value because it is imported with type. Yep, so just get rid of the type. This dot commands I get as new command. As new command. This is the wrong thing. All right, we're almost done. Say is not assignable to the same property. So say took in a channel and a message, but the one in generic bot that I just made just takes text. And so in this case, we need to know what our channel is. So we get rid of this. And we just say, do we have a channel? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. Now this one, this one takes in a message to reply to, which is a generic message and text. Okay, so we're gonna need to do this. It's not Twitch channel name, and then text, and then reply to is reply to message as chat message. But it's gonna say that there's no overlap, so I need to cast as unknown first probably. What? That shouldn't work. Well, it does work, so whatever. I wonder how much more error prone it would be and how much longer it would take to refactor vanilla.js. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. And it's extremely. Can't create that as a prop of the class to have it done once. I'm not sure what you're talking about now because I know I'm reading your message a little bit delayed. Yeah. Are there enough buttons on the keyboard to function? I just made a new video on this, which is technically already linked in through what ToDos said, but if you want the specific command just for that, it's the new video command. I just released it 2 days ago. Twitch bot as unknown as bot stuff. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes, I could do that. Yeah. Some of these refactorings of the refactoring is going to be done later, but I want to see if this even works. So we're doing this in steps. Okay, so is command ready should take in, this is actually just not even going to work at all. We need to code this completely differently. So I'm just going to say last execution time equals 0. So it'll always be ready. And then we'll just put a to do here. Get cooldowns working properly again. Command is defined but never used. Yeah, let's just ignore that. Well, how about we don't ignore it? How about we just console.log the command's name or something? Command is text command, sure, whatever. And then I'll just say to do delete this line. Delete this line. It's either that we're deleting a line next to stuff we're already changing, or we're ignoring the linter error. Either way, we need to come back and change something. Okay, we got like 2 things left to do in the form of 8 things. Come on. Come on. Can user execute command? Should now take in a new command. Last execution time, we can't do this anymore. So to do, make sure to set this again. And then the context is going to be the new command context. And the context that I created was not that. And now this, oh, I thought that was going to be a problem. All right, so reply took in a message. Message is what? A chat message. And a chat message doesn't know that it's actually a generic message. I can probably do this, but this is a bad idea. And now we don't need the channel anymore. To do, I probably shouldn't do this. Yeah. Have I ever tried Vim? Yeah, I still use Vim when I'm SSHing into machines. I'm not bad at Vim, but I'm definitely not great at Vim. You could void the command instead of preventing it to prevent it from complaining. What do you mean by void the command? Like annotate its type as void? I should take my break before we continue, but I just want to get done with this last couple things. So there's one and there's the other. Now what's this? Say has, oh, the name. Care about that, just the response. Yeehaw! We fixed all the errors except for these ones. Okay, cool. I'm going to take my break. Literally call void with the variable name. Let's go check that out. Void command. Wow, I've never, what does that even do? TypeScript playground. Is that valid JavaScript as well? If I say const foo equals hi, void foo. That is valid JavaScript. What does that even mean? They are, yeah, I'm trying to take them every hour. Huh. Yeah, I've never seen that. I guess this is so rarely used. I'll give you a point for that. Okay, so I'm going to take my break. Yeah, it's just an empty call. I'm going to take my break, and when I come back, we're going to keep working on this. It's been going pretty well so far. So yeah, is it jump time? It's jump time. there, everybody. Are we still trying to play? No risk, no win. Oh, nice jump. I wonder what it was. I didn't get to see. 1 second too slow on top 3. Yeah, too bad. Man, Juan has 17 first place wins. That's pretty crazy. Been in the top 3 the majority of the games you played. Close the game. Gamer Elite, yeah. Okay, so the errors are fixed over here. They're not fixed in this one. There's a whole lot of issues here. Yeah, so what do we have here? Twitch messages defined but never used. That could be used. I probably need the same constructor that chat message has though, right? What do they have as a constructor? No, they don't have anything. Oh, because it extends this thing to, oh man. All right, let's not worry about that right now. How do you jump up twice in a row to avoid the spam filter? You can do something like U and then UA, UB, UC, whatever. You can put any garbage afterward. The problem, if you put a number afterward though, that'll get interpreted as the power of the jump. So it'll be like U5 will be a very weak jump and U100 is the normal jump. So yeah, you could do U100 and then A if you want or something like that. End of the jump games, does the game check players' location or platform? So if they were mid-air, would they rank higher? Yes, they would rank higher. So technically, if there's one platform at the top of the screen and 2 people are on it, it makes sense for you to just jump straight up and try to time it so that you win that way. It's not what I would probably do ideally. Like maybe we'd figure out what's the highest platform you got to and handle ties and stuff, but I'm pretty much just not working on the game anymore. Okay, so this shouldn't be here at all. Yeah, and we can... Wait a second. I'm very confused right now because I made a new file. Yeah. This file shouldn't even exist, right? I think I just... Oh, man. Yeah, this file shouldn't exist. Let's put it in temp in case it turns out that I need it. And let's just delete it from here. I don't even know where delete is in that list. Just use the keyboard. Okay. All right, so now where are the errors that we have? There's one at the bottom? No, there's nothing at the bottom. All right, so problems view. Bot command context. What's this? This class shouldn't even be used anymore. Just comment the whole thing out. Okay, now this fails. Empty files are not allowed. So fine, console.log, delete me. Okay. So bot command is not used. Bot command context is not used. This should occur in a different order. There we go. Now channel is declared whenever used. I don't care about that yet. Cannot find bot command context. Yeah, bot command shouldn't be used either. So this entire file should be deleted too, right? Like that. And then hope that we don't have any other issues. And then console.log, delete me. Okay, maybe. Code abbot package bots pnpm lint. Two error. Oh, nice. That's it. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So let's try to run this. We need to go to wherever that start bots thing is. Start bots. Yeah, here. So we want to start up the YouTube, no, Twitch and Discord versions and not YouTube because I don't care about YouTube right now. Okay. And then we go start this over here. Except for not like that. No binaries found. What did I call this? What did I call this? Package.json? What? Yeah, what am I doing wrong? npm, oh, run start? Oh yeah, there we go. Or is it working? Man, that'd be great. So we got to go to the test chat and we got to try typing over here today. It is working. Can we add commands? She is a cat. Can we delete commands? Okay, so I guess step 1 of refactoring is done, which is to add in our new types. So step 2, excuse me, let's cough my lungs out. Step 2 is to move commands to a different file entirely, because they need to be separated from this bot. Yeah, so let's go make a new thing. We'll save this in commands. We'll call this something like, what does it represent? It's going to be the list of commands and ways of adding and removing them. And so command manager sounds like a good name, but I don't like putting manager in the names of classes. I guess it's really just the set of commands we have accessible. I think in-memory commands is fine for now. Yeah. Just joining in. Why is that? I'm testing it from Twitch. That works already, right? Yeah, so the whole point of this is we had Twitch working and we had YouTube no code whatsoever, so not working. And then the next phase was get the YouTube API set up. And so that's done. And then the next phase is get the commands I already have working on YouTube using the YouTube API work that I did. And as part of this, we need to refactor the Twitch stuff. And so I just did this right now. I want to make sure it was still working. So we revamped this class. And now we're going to move all of commands out into another class entirely. In-memory commands. And this is going to contain this thing. Yeah. And then this is going to be a read-only in-memory. Well, I guess it could still be commands. Equals new in-memory commands. Which means you need to export this class. Okay, good. Now we import it. All right, now everything is broken because we had a map and now we have a class and they don't have the same interface. So we got to go change this. I guess exposing a has function is probably a good idea. So now that should work. This commands that has. Yep, good. Okay, then get. I think that also makes sense. It's so nice the AI just does this for me. Yeah. Why is this a problem now? This shouldn't be failing. We have get, so this commands like get should point to this new method, yeah. And that should return something based on a command name, which it does. What AI am I using? Check out the Copilot command. By the way, me telling you to check that out is really me telling my bot to tell you what the command result is. So you can see it just automatically puts in chat. I'm very proud of that, by the way. That was something that didn't exist until whatever we did that code jam like 3 weeks ago. All right, I don't know why this is showing up as an error. I'm going to try this, although it might not be a problem. Could do class extend map. Yeah, probably could. But I don't use all the different map calls. Okay, that fixed this. Okay. So delete, same general thing. Pass this in, good. Do we check ever that this returned a thing? No. And I'm guessing this returns a Boolean over here. Does it? It does. Wow. Okay. Well, we can just ignore it there too. That was from voice analysis. Yeah. That was from the CodeGem project that I did. This video.
Hey everyone.
Mute YouTube. Holy cow, that's loud. This video covers everybody's project for the CodeGem. There were a total of 9. And so mine is at the end there if you want to find out more about it. And I think I might have linked in my code. Did I not? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I didn't. Oh, that's a mistake. Well, whoops. Let's go fix that. Adam learns. Description. Voice controlled stream tool. Or stream helper, I guess. And the repo is, I don't actually know where it is. Adam learns there. Save. TypeScript caught. What is my title that made you say that? Refactoring. Oh, code. Okay, yeah. Yes. Got to get those fish. Back when I streamed, I modified mine so channel points could change the RGB color. Oh, cool. Yeah. I used to have it so channel points, well, not channel points, I guess. Cheers could change my light color, but then I started using a green screen and that doesn't really work. Okay, so we're slowly making it through here, changing this interface. This should be a better way of doing things. So now we go through all the values of the commands that we have, and then we call set. So we could expose values in set. What else do we need? Values, entries. These should probably just be exposed as functions in the class, right? What are we doing here? Set command. Wraps setting a command in the map to ensure all values with the same ID are actually the same object instance. It's needed for editing commands and also for built-in commands. This should not exist here. Yeah, this should not exist here. This should exist over here and should no longer be private. Yeah, good. Now we delete this. It's going to break a bunch of things. We're going to do this.commands.set command, and then it should fix a bunch of things. Okay. Yeah, I guess we do this everywhere. So here too. Unsafe argument any. Oh, because of this. Yeah, all right. So now this part, what are we doing here? We're trying to find a command whose ID equals the given ID that I have. So we should say something like get command by ID. And we take in the command ID. And it should be pretty much the same as this. Let's take a look at the two. So here we got all the values and we called find. And here we're iterating over them all and doing pretty much the same thing. So yeah, sure, fine. Undefined. Delete this. I think this is slightly easier to read. Okay, so command with ID equals this dot commands dot get. I should probably just call it get by ID. And the ID we want is ID. Yeah. Argument doesn't work. What? What is it supposed to be? Command.id equals ID. Oh, it's a UUID that I want to pass in? Ooh, all right. This is a mistake. This is definitely a mistake. This is what I should have used. And these are UUIDs. Any UUID? All right, let's do. I did not mean to press that. UUID. Okay, so now I think we can do this. Good. Then we rename this to Why is it not renaming? Yeah, get by UUID. Okay, good. Ooh. All right, now set command. We don't. This doesn't work because this could be undefined. This is not undefined though anymore. Oh, this is wrong. Why is this wrong? ID is a UUID. We call get by UUID. What is the problem here? I don't see a problem. I don't know what's going on. This either means I didn't build something, which I don't think it could be that because it's all in the same code anyway. Oh, it just went away. Okay, well, that was my second theory, which is that I need to restart the extension host. One went to Node Crypto. I think that showed up as an option, but I don't think I actually used that. Yeah, no, I didn't. All right, what is next? So now we get entries here, and what are we doing this for? Get all names of command. This should just be moved into the in-memory commands. Yeah. Oh, Conceited Anteater, welcome back. Thanks for the resub. We're 5/6 of a year. All right, nice. This works. Now we delete this, and we replace all instances of this with commands. And commands, and... Okay, we're done. All right, I think that's everything. Yeah. Now, what's nice about that particular change is this was all code that existed inside the bot class that didn't really belong there. So we extracted out a type. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And it should work the same way. We should definitely be running the tests that I have. Code out of package bots, pnpm test. I don't think it works like this. Testing. Start the test database. Make sure to use the test environment. You only want to run certain files. Okay, so yeah, let's run it like this. Everything's broken. Yeah, because it's trying to make classes that don't exist anymore. Did any tests work? No, every single test broke. Oh, oh wait, no, one passed. What's that test? Which one passed? This one. Non-mod user can delete commands. Cannot delete commands. Well, I guess clean up the test is one of the things we're gonna have to do. It could go bad if I code a bot without async def. Well, it depends on what you want the bot to do. If there's nothing asynchronous, then there's no problem. So for example, let's say you stored all of your commands in memory. So you just had like commands equals a map of like today and then whatever, the response here and, you know, cat and the response here. Fetching these is as simple as doing something like this, commands.today. And there, you can console.log this if you want. But let's say you want to use a database, you cannot do it synchronously unless it's an in-memory database that essentially looks like this, which, I mean, that's not really functionally different here, I guess. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what you want your bot to do. If you want it to contact any other service. But look, I think the spirit of this question is really, I'm not totally comfortable using async stuff. So how do I avoid it? And if that is the spirit of the question, then I would say you learn it. You don't avoid it. I think there are times when you say, I can't do something, so I won't do it. And it's like, hey, I can't make Facebook as a single developer. And that's true. You're not going to make some like mega project unless you take 60 years doing it or something. So fine, okay, you find a way around that. But in this case, it's like, yeah, you should just learn how to use the thing. This is why we don't write tests. It's not why we don't write tests. All right, so does this work on Twitch? And we know that our tests don't work, but maybe the code will work. So where is my... All right. do I even have, what is that thing that finds finds all my commands by name? What even uses this? This uses it. So deleting a command. And what else uses it? Unaliasing a command. Okay, yeah, I understand. So I need to make a command like AAA BBB and then alias CCC to BBB. Oh wait, no, that's not how that works. AAA and BBB. Okay, so now when I do unalias, wait, no, I delete com A. Aliases, which will no longer work, CCC, BBB. Hang on one second, there was a knock at the door. I'll be right back. I don't know who this is. Did I mute myself or does it automatic? I don't know what happened. Anyway, it was someone advertising at me. Waste of time. Okay, so yeah, I think this is all working. Yeah, didn't hear anything except music. Yeah. Well, sorry to have done that. I didn't know if it was someone who might need something, but nope. Is there anything else I should be testing here? I guess unaliasing. Can't do that unalias AAA. Yeah, well, looks like everything's working the way I would expect. So that's a good sign. All right, what is phase 3 now? So we exported out the commands. We got them working in Twitch. Is it time to get them working on YouTube? I guess. Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah, fine. So where did I write that handler? I guess YouTube and Knit had something here. And I had read chat messages and then process. And so this sends out the messages through an event handler. And something listened to these. What listened to them? This one. Yeah, this. Okay, so this is instead going to be inside the bot. Is bot.ts Twitch bot or generic bot? It is Twitch bot. I should probably rename that. I'll write a note to do that after I've already changed this. So well, I guess it's inside the Twitch folder. So that's why it's Twitch bot. But I could, yeah, rename twitch/bot.ts to twitch/twitchbot.ts. Okay, so we would make a new, I guess if I'm going to rename that, then I should probably rename this right off the bat to YouTube bot.ts, yeah. And then open that in Finder and delete the other one. All right, so export class YouTube bot. Hey again, Josh. It's coming along pretty well. I am happy with the progress so far. This needs to implement generic bot. Do you have a shared generic bot interface then or something? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Why not use a logger instead of console.log? Just no real need yet. That's all. I find it funny that it's typed out a bunch of stuff here. I wonder how accurate this would even be. All right, so init is called here. How did I do this for the other bots? Where is the init method? Here it is. And where is this called? From here. And so we have init Twitch, init Discord, init YouTube. What does init Twitch do? It makes a bot and calls init on it. Okay. Oh, ring? Are you curious like what kind of ring this is or something? Because I just switched rings yesterday to this red one from a blue one. Makes your background fireworks. Yeah, Apple had added something like that. And it crashed my camera. And I didn't know that it was a thing. And I made some hand gesture that triggered the crash. I think it was a thumbs up. All right, so with YouTube, how do I want to do this? I currently have init right here, and it sets up all this stuff, and it makes a client for me. And we didn't want to use a class for this, I suppose. Although I don't know how this is going to be doable without a class somewhere. Although a class could be very minimal. So from here, I could make a YouTube bot. And I mean, I guess let's put the constructor here. Yeah. Await, create bot, create an auth provider and everything, return the bot. Yeah. On process close, bot.destroy. I wonder if there's something I need to do to disconnect from the YouTube API. Probably not. Did my wife end up choosing red too? I think she said she liked it. I don't think I asked what her favorite one was. But she said after this that she would go for the olive one. So she was happy with this one. Yeah, not if I'm polling. Yeah, true. I don't have a connection open. Now bot.destroy might do something else. Just stop event sub listener. No, but that's for the WebSocket. Yeah. Still make it disconnected, make it return a return null. I don't tend to do that only because if I need it in the future, I'll code it in the future. Okay, yeah, I know I've just been looking at the same code over and over. I'm trying to just make sure I'm doing all this correctly. So we're gonna make a bot after we've done all this stuff, and the bot is what's gonna be listening to this. And why though? It actually doesn't need to listen to this stuff. Well, I guess it could listen to live, and it could say that the bot went online. Yeah. Yeah, so we would make a bot up here. Twitch bot equals new, or Twitch bot, YouTube bot equals new YouTube bot. And this should return, I guess it doesn't actually need to. Yeah, just make a new YouTube bot. Okay, that's it. And now we need these inside of here. And then we only care about, did we go live or did we get messages? Okay. Then we need to go copy those things that we had from over here. So this is gone from here. I don't actually care about this. We put it over here and we say this equals this. Good. So there's our messages. And then we want YouTube stream went live. And all this is going to do is it's going to announce in chat that it went live. So there's got to be, there's a send message, send chat message. The hello, I am a bot. I am now online. Okay, and await that, I guess, and async this. Expected 3 arguments. Oh, right, the auth information. Oh, darn it. We don't have the auth information. I knew I forgot something. All right, so we got to take that from over here. Do I have a send chat message? No, I don't. Oh, we need auth and we need something else. I forgot what the something else is. Let's just take a look. Live chat ID. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that's something. Oh, darn it. Does YouTube officially support third-party chatbots like Twitch? Couldn't find any documentation. They do, yes. They have their YouTube chat API. And you're able to build something on top of this if you want. They do also have an extensive terms of service. Okay. Hey, new here. Following since January 2020. Yeah, sure, Kanawi. You thinking of building something? So I have this information. I have this here, and then I have the live chat ID here. I probably need an event for when the live chat ID changes. When can it change? It changes if we send out a live message. Yeah, that's it. Send YouTube stream live. Okay, so what this should probably do is send out the live chat ID. And we should pass in the auth information. Yeah. That's what we should do. Okay, good. Let's do that. So this is going to take in, on YouTube Stream Live, is going to take in a live chat ID, which is a string, and it has to exist. So now here we get a live chat ID string, and we emit with that ID. Good. Now we change the caller so that it sends it. Live chat ID. Good. Now we change the listeners so they receive it. So where's the live thing that I have here? Emitter dot. Yeah, this one. We just set this live. Okay, here we don't care about it, but I guess we care about it on the bot side of things. And here we get a live chat ID. This is a, well, implicitly has an any type. Oh yeah, of course. Okay, so then we need to save this somewhere. Say this is live chat ID string or undefined, and save that off. And then over here, when we send a message, we need to, oh wait, what am I doing? Yeah. We need to send this with the correct stuff. So auth, live chat ID, message text. Auth, which we don't have yet, live chat ID, and message text. Okay, now let's go get auth. That gets passed in over here. Auth is OAuth to client, and that can be here. Could we have just set it like this? Would that work? No. Okay, cool. One last thing. When we construct this, actually two last things. We put this in, fix all those, and then when we construct this, why can't I find this? Incorrectly implements generic bot. Oh yeah, I haven't done that yet. Oh, I haven't done a lot of stuff. All right, so much for one last thing. Let's just search for where we create this here, and we need to make it with the OAuth to client, which has not actually been created yet. So I guess at best we do this down here. Yeah. All right, assigned a value but never used. I guess we just have to make one. So how are we doing? We're getting there, right? So fix this, implement. So say and reply. We have a whole lot of red right here. It doesn't code these correctly, huh? Say equals this, colon, this. Yeah, and reply is going to be these things. I don't know why it did things this way. Yeah, I don't know. But this is just promise void. Text is defined but never used. And yeah. Okay, good. So we haven't implemented these yet. Is this coming from generic bot? Did I mess something up over here? I did. Okay, well, there. Hopefully that doesn't break anything else. Okay, so now we make these actually function. And in both cases, it's going to do kind of the same thing. It's going to just say the text. Now this can't be undefined, so we need to make some like if live chat ID is undefined, then just return. Or maybe say that we tried sending a message, console.error. Try to send a message, but live chat ID is not sent. Undefined is not assignable to type promise void. This isn't even async. There we go. And technically this happens from both of these. In fact, we could just say this dot say text, because there is no such thing as a reply on here. If we wanted to, we could tack on a tag here. Yeah, I guess that's as good as we could maybe do. And maybe I'll just write that as a to-do item. Consider at tagging the person who sent the message. Long paper. All right. So this is, yeah, that's fine. Let's just do this. What's a generic message? In this case, it's always going to be a YouTube message, and we don't have a YouTube message yet. No, let's not do that yet then. Fine. Okay, so YouTube went live, received YouTube messages. So we need to process messages here to see if they are. Yeah, check for commands here. Delete the log calls that I have. Okay. All right, I guess we can go test this out. Where's start bots? Let's close out of the Twitch and Discord stuff and only launch the YouTube part of this. So what should happen is I'm going to start this and we should see my bot say a message over here saying I'm ready to read messages. And that's it, I guess. There's nothing else. YouTube bot. Oh, and it'll also log any messages that it receives, which is going to include every message. Oh, man. All right, well, whatever. Let's take a look. Nice. So it did print that out. Hello, I am a bot. I am now online. And then it got its own message that it sent. Oh, man. All right, so that's the entirety of the YouTube stuff I've done for today. Let's go take a look at my quota. Let's see if I can find this. Quota, show usage chart. Current usage, it says 0, but that's going to change. Well, I'm not going to sit around waiting for this just yet. So let's go back to this for now. So the next step that we need to do is get YouTube to actually process these messages. I did not mean to do that. I want to go to, I guess we have to unfull screen this. Yeah, get YouTube to process messages. So much to do. All right, so get YouTube to process commands the way that Twitch does. We should be able to do this in the next maybe half hour. So I'll go a little bit over when I plan on streaming. Let's go to somewhere we have some like get potential messages. What is going on? Potential, yeah, this process potential command. So what do we do? Get command and params. This is command data. This is going to go into a different thing entirely because this is all just text. Oh, but we take in a chat message, but that could just be a string. What else do we get from chat message? We get, what, nothing? What? Why did I do this? What was I thinking? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why this even has this parameter. It's not used. Okay, so now it's just text. And this is just a general utility function that gets the command name and the parameters. Yeah, so let's put that into a different file altogether. So we have this command data. I guess we're going to make export function. It could just be called the same thing. Who cares? Yeah. Weird the linting didn't pick it up. No, it did pick it up. I just had it disabled. But I don't know why I did that. Like, I knew that it was unused, and I said, nah, I don't care about that. All right, command data or null. Oh, prefix. Prefix is something that comes from this class, and it's just an exclamation mark. So I guess let's put the prefix somewhere else. Let's just put it here for now. I'm just going to put it to do refactor this to somewhere that's shared. Yeah. I'm going to cut some corners here while I do this, and we'll eventually come back to this. When I say eventually, this is not the whole like, oh, you'll never get to it. This is the whole I'm going to do this before I commit. So now this doesn't come from here anymore. It comes from here. All right. Pretty good. So now we can do this on the YouTube side of things, right? So now we get the command data. It can't be null. We check to see if we have a command. Then we check to see if that command is ready, which doesn't exist yet, and whether we're a privileged user, which is something the bot's going to do, and it should know how to do. Then we're going to make a context. We're going to check if they can execute it, and we're going to execute it. So let's try it out. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Okay, so process potential command is going to need to go through every message. So for const message of messages, process potential command. We have a channel. So we don't have a channel here. A user. We apparently never use the user. Yeah, so we just have the text of the message itself, which is message text. And we have whether or not they are privileged. So this turns into this. Is user privileged, I think is a better way of saying this. Okay, so get command and params. This can be imported. Then this dot commands doesn't even exist, so that's a problem. We need there to be one set of commands that gets passed into both of these bots. And right now, the way that this works is this dot commands is just a new in-memory database every time. Reminder that the channel rewards suck. Best redemption I ever added. I wonder if you can see how many points were spent on redemptions. Like I could see that, 20,000 were spent on that one. Oh, it's got to be more than that at this point. So this should probably be passed in. Commands is going to be, oh, this is required. So let's put this up here. Commands is going to be an in-memory commands, and we're just going to store it. Good, then get rid of this. Any known command name, including an alias, that should go here. So now the constructor is broken. Yeah, and that shouldn't have been a thing. This is read-only. Yeah, this can go up here. And there just is no new in-memory commands. Yeah, so like I said, this is broken. We need to look for where we make a new bot. Oh, good, we make a couple. One from the test. New in-memory commands. And one from here. Wait, these are both tests. Okay, but this is not a test. This is This is a create bot. We need one set of in-memory commands for all of them. And that means that init needs to now take that in. How fun. Do you recommend building the corn yourself or buying pre-built? I think it depends on how much patience you have. So I bought a soldering kit for about $20, I want to say. And I hadn't soldered things in a very long time. And I would say it took me maybe about 3 hours or so. It's pretty tedious. So how much money is this worth to you? Because my corn is about 150. If you were to buy it pre-built, it'd probably be about 300. So it's like 50 per hour of doing something yourself. And then also the soldering kit costs something if you don't have one already. Finding the cost to buy pre-built is actually cheaper. Whoa, really? Then yeah, there's no question. Unless you want to build it. I like that I built this myself, which has pros and cons. Pro, pride. Con, the LEDs don't work. Although that con may be due to not having had a case for a long time. Yeah. By the way, the case that I have was made by DevilDog.games. It doesn't use the nano for the pre-built. You mean wireless? I'm assuming you mean like the nice nanos. I gotta say, having a wireless keyboard for this would be perfect. I wouldn't need any cables on my desk. It'd be so clean looking. But then I also couldn't use QMK. I think I'd have to switch to ZMK. And I don't have any experience with that. Hey, Matt. Thanks for responding on Discord. I'm going to take in the in-memory commands and just get this working because, yeah. So we call create bot, we pass in the commands, we pass this in over here, commands, good. And then don't forget about it over here, commands, in-memory commands. All right, and then that means that init needs to change. The only caller of it is now in a commented out thing. Init Twitch takes in commands. Const commands equals new in-memory commands. And init disk or YouTube takes in the same thing too. So now we put this here. New YouTube bot takes in this as well. This is a lot of refactoring for this. All right, and then we save off the commands over here, just like we did in the other one. So commands and memory commands and save it. Hooray! Now the rest of this function can be coded, right? Property commands does not exist. How dare you? How dare you? It's a private field. I don't actually really like that, but it is private. Ugh. Okay, so next up is command ready and is privileged user. So the is privileged user is already passed in, is user privileged. And is command ready is something that I don't feel like making right now. Yeah, so this is just going to return true. Return true. And then just say to do actually code this. All right, nice, nice. Look at all this. There's no red anymore. So now we make a new context with a message. The message being a, oop, this is wrong. That's why there's no red. This is the wrong class. Oh, darn it, I messed everything up. I coded this in the wrong spot. Whoops. Cannot find name new command. There is no, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, now I can't find this. All right, we're getting there. Why life got to be so busy? Yeah. Then I experience the drops or just wireless glitches. I always go back to wired. Yeah. And I guess with a keyboard like this, you never know if you're typing correctly or if you've messed up due to some external failure, like a switch breaking or wireless messing up. Assume that some, not all the functionality can be provided by Vim alone. I think you can, excuse me. I think you can always get that functionality through your operating system if you want to, with various pieces of software that exist out there. And I don't know the names of them, but people were talking about it in the keyboard section of Discord. But I think when it comes to what do you want your keyboard to do, you should think of what do you want it to do pretty much everywhere, or what do you want it to do that your text editor can't do or can't do easily. So for example, the simplest example I have is like I have a backtick character. So does probably everybody. But I also have a triple backtick character. Like I press one key on my keyboard and it types out 3 backticks. It's like, I do that enough, and I do that in enough different parts of the operating system where I might as well have my keyboard do it. But could Vim do that? Yeah, sure. You could have it, be the F18 key or something, and it gets bound to triple backtick. Josh. This is a serious refactor, yeah. What's the benefit of having keyboard like yours? I just made a video on this on Tuesday, and I think that should answer your question. But the short answer is less hand strain, less hand movement. What's your use case for it? Oh, any markdown that you're typing. So you say something like, oh, here's a code block. Check this out. I do TS, I paste in my thing, and I'm just done. And so for me, it's one keystroke for that. Well, technically 2, I guess. Then TS, enter, paste, enter, 3 backticks. And I could technically do the pasting and the entering from here, right? Do I have an enter key? Yeah, I do. Yeah, so I could do this, 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 this. Yeah. Anyway, can user execute command? Let's go see what this is. It just checks if the command is privileged, then return. Okay, so we're going to do the same general thing. This doesn't need, this should probably be refactored. But for now, I'm just going to code it here, and we're going to just say see if we can refactor with the Twitch version of the same method. All right, so is the command privileged? This user is not a chat user. It's just is the user privileged. So is user privileged is a Boolean, and return is user privileged. Good. Are we almost there? Can user execute command just takes in is user privileged. All right, you don't have permission to do that. And this says to do, I probably shouldn't do this. Oh, yeah. That was what I just added in, but I didn't make it clear why. Probably shouldn't do this casting. I should probably have chat message or like Twitch message extend chat message or something. I use a Mac Studio. Check out the specs command. Okay, so the last thing we need to do. Oh, we don't even have a message. Oh, darn it, I never made this. What theme is that? Let me share it with you. Here you go. Eventually, that's the kind of thing you would have been able to type in the command yourself and get the response to. And maybe had you asked in like 5 minutes, it might have already worked. But we're not there yet. And so now the new command context for this, what do we actually need? We need a generic message, and we need it so that we know what you responded to, but we're not using it yet. So I'm going to cut a gigantic corner here, and we're just going to say new generic message. I don't even think this is possible. Yeah, no, this is not possible because this doesn't even exist. This is an interface. Could you do this? No, you probably can't. We could, oh, wait, wait. We could just make it an empty thing. Yes, and then say to do the empty object is a horrible hack. We need a special type for this that I just haven't made yet. Okay, and then message is just going to be blank. To do, fill this in with something real. I think that's it. I think we have cut a lot of corners. Yeah, I think we've cut a lot of corners, but I think it might work. This is really messed up. Also, I was going to try processing messages. So, for example, theme was just typed here. So when I start my bot, it's actually going to try responding to theme immediately. Let's try it. Let's just start this up. It'll probably break. Okay, so it said, hello, I am a bot. It did not process theme. Oh man, what's going on? Process potential command. We take in the message text. Message text is here. We get the command print. Okay, fine. Let's just print this out. Console.log command data JSON.stringify command data. Okay. Why'd you pay tax for your PC? You have a company, right? And you use it for it also. So I'm not a tax expert is number one. Number two is I kind of consider whether things are primarily used for personal use or primarily used for work. And so for things like electricity or internet, I do take a percent and usually write that off for the business. But yeah, for my computer, I just hadn't thought of that. Well, probably gonna end up paying more in taxes this year than I should have. I haven't actually done my taxes yet. Okay, this is already slamming the API. Oh, speaking of which, I never looked at the quota usage. Is this updated? We are at 46. I should probably cut this off before it goes any further. Okay, so we're printing the command data now. I guess let's try again. It should, oh, there we go. Name, theme, params, nothing. Wait, if it can detect that, then why isn't it doing anything? It tries to get one with that name. Oh, it never read from the database. Oh, because the Twitch bot is responsible for doing that. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, that's a big problem. Oh, man. Yeah, load text commands is what does that. And then built-in commands probably aren't going to work either. Because the only thing that handles that, yeah, okay. So get built-in commands to work on YouTube. And read commands from the database separately from the Twitch bot. All right, well, we have an easy way to fix this for now. Oh my God, this is all very complex. Yeah, here, we just say init Twitch, done. Okay, let's try that. Do you have a photo of my setup? I did somewhere that I shared with people. Did I end up uploading it? No. Let me see if I can find it really fast because I took a picture and I'll just show it on stream. Oh my God, I got like 40 cat pictures in the way of wherever I took that picture. Where did I take a picture of my desk? I don't remember when I did this, but I'm in December now, so it must have been after that. Did I delete it? Okay, let me spend another maybe 20 seconds searching for it. And no, I give up. I don't know where I took it. Oh well. When you move from Windows to Mac, do you move your files over as well, or do you start fresh? A lot of files were just on the cloud. So like my GitHub repos, for example. I did not move over pictures or anything. So it was like mostly starting fresh. I don't know how much you can claim as a business expense. Yeah, you usually have to like break it down yourself and figure that out. What was I gonna do? Oh, test this, right? We were already at that stage. Okay, so now it should just output the theme command twice. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we've done it. So now I can type something like today in YouTube chat. And it should respond. Oh, but it's the test database. Oh, right. What's a good program to start coding a game? I like Godot. Godot's a good game engine. Am I allowed to ask dumb questions? Yeah, sure. All right, cool. So now if I try to do something like add.com, it's going to say I'm not privileged, or it's just not going to do anything. Probably not going to do anything because I never added this. Oh, it does say you don't have permission to do that. Wow. All right, let's go log in as a different YouTube user. I didn't even code this. There's no way this should work, right? Wait, I'm already logged in as a different user. Can I just refresh this page? Yes, I can. Okay, add.com AABBB. There was a database error adding that command. What is this doing? How? What? I have no clue what that's even trying to do. Oh, this was in an old place though, and this was a different gear. But yeah, also that was my work computer there. Does it look like that now? Not exactly, no. I'll take another picture. I know I took it on stream because someone kind of made fun of the fact that I had my cell phone out like this. But then I don't know why I can't find that photo. Yeah, so what is this? There was a database error adding that command. How is this being called? This is only the Twitch bot. I don't know. I don't know how this could be called. I mean, we see it here on YouTube, but nothing should be telling it to respond on YouTube like that. Unless it's somehow getting through this code. But how would that make sense? User add command. I'm so confused. I guess I'd have to look through this. Call command. Oh, right. Because, okay, I see. They're all in memory. And in this case, okay. Ooh, this is a problem. Yeah, this is a huge problem. Okay, so I know why the error is happening. We are getting into this code, but then we don't have the right kind of bot here. So it doesn't know how to access the database, so it just fails here. Ooh, very interesting. It's not a bad import. It's that where is it? If I can find start bots, I'm making one in-memory commands, and the commands have their own execute function. And I'm passing in a bot. Okay, so I need to make this generic. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just have to write this down. I'm guessing it'll still work on Twitch. Adcom. So if I just do AAA, that should do nothing, right? Yeah, adcom AABBB. Yes, and then if I try using that from over here, so now I type the AAA command. I mean, it takes up to 4 seconds, but then it should respond with BBB. Yeah. Okay, very interesting. This is close to what I want, but we're still probably several hours away from what I actually want. And if I delete that command, it should no longer work from YouTube anymore, right? It's really annoying to test this because it takes so long. Yeah. Okay. So get built-in commands to work on YouTube. The problem is that the commands have a handler. Commands have the handler, and the commands are shared between YouTube and Twitch. So even though the command comes in on YouTube, the Twitch code is being called. I should change that around so that it actually works. I can't really get rid of the delay unless they increase my quota. The reason why that delay is there is because you're allowed 10,000 requests per day. And so one read is one request. And you can only pull for messages. So it comes down to how often do you pull. If you pull once per second, one read per second, then you have 10,000 seconds. And so 10,000 divided by 3,600, you'd have 2.7 hours of reads. And then that's it. Your bot would just stop working. So instead we do like 1 read per 4 seconds. And now we only need this divided by 900. And it's like 11 hours we can get. Yep, no WebSocket. And that's why it's slow. We need to increase the quota at some point. Well, look, I got to say, getting to this point even where we could have messages work over YouTube is great. There is a lot of work to do there. How'd you get that math to autocomplete? If you take a look at, oh, that's on it. It's an extension called VS Code Eval, I think. Yeah, it's this. I'll just link this in the chat. But I did a video on this, and that should really be in there. I don't think you pay for more quota. I think you just ask for it. Although I guess they could have you pay for it. Where's that video I did on VS Code? VS Code. I don't think I even have it here. Adam learns extensions. YouTube search. Where is it? Here it is. Share, copy. Okay, so what do I want that to say? VS Code. It's in the FAQ, yeah. But I want it to be... Sorry, I'm very distracted. I have a friend named Enchem, and I've never seen this name outside of that one friend that I have. Are you Nigerian by any chance? Can I get an idea of what you're trying to do? With the YouTube stuff? Yeah, sure. I'll answer that in just a sec. I just want to write this command first. Okay, so what do I want for this? VS Code. The editor that Adam uses is Visual Studio Code. He did a video on the extensions, on some extensions that he uses here. Video was made... when was that made? Whoops, I'm just clicking random stuff. Leave. Does it not tell you the date when you hover over this? Huh, okay. Well, it should say on the video, right? Okay, now it says January 23rd. On January 23rd, 2024. Okay. Okay, so an idea of what I'm trying to do. So, this thing I'm working on is called Abbott. It's just a play on how it's a bot. So it's Abbott. It was originally responding on Twitch and Discord, and we wanted to get it to work on YouTube. And in order for it to work on YouTube, we need to do the same general thing of like read a chat message and then respond with whatever the thing is that we want to say here. And so we have this database of commands because these two parts are working. But in order to get it working for YouTube properly, I really should refactor all the other parts. So a way you could consider doing this, if you wanted to not worry about having clean code, what you could do is you could just say, you know what, the YouTube bot is just going to read from the database, and if the command exists, it's going to run it like that. And I'd end up duplicating quite a lot of what I've done on the Twitch side of things. So a lot of what I was doing this morning is getting the Twitch code to look good. So you can see some of the changes I made over here. You know, we changed around what's being saved in the class itself. We changed types of things. So now rather than it being a Twitch command specific thing, it's just a general command thing. Anyway, there's a lot of changes that went into that. So, yeah. That's probably it for the morning stream. At this point, there's quite a lot left to do. So here's what I'm thinking. Afternoon is probably gonna be co-working, which is a very kind of jarring stream setup if you're used to what I do here. Normally, I try to be as interactive as possible, but the way this works is it's gonna be 25 minutes of focus time with no audio whatsoever. So I'll be doing just a bunch of, you know, random stuff. You won't even know what it is. And then 5 minutes of chat and then repeat a bunch. So it'll be about 3 hours. Then tomorrow, what I'm thinking is more of the YouTube code that I'm doing now. And I think that should be enough time to finish it up, but I'm not positive. Yeah, we'll have a serious face the whole time. Yep. So I think that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I will be back in about an hour. Gotta get some food. If you want to join on Discord, please do. We are going to try to do more community stuff. I want to, I don't know, just keep kind of trying new stuff, and Jump Royale will happen. Yeah, I just didn't write that down. But that'll be after every 2 repeats of that cycle, I think. And then I'll take a break and actually step away. It's actually a little jarring that I smile much less during co-working streams. Yeah. I mean, that's what focus time is. That's what happens when I'm not narrating everything I'm doing. I guess I could still narrate what I'm doing for myself, so it looks like it's just a normal stream, but that would probably confuse people. So how about this? I'll get one of those masks like people had for COVID that's a picture of you smiling. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to go in. So thank you all for watching. Good progress this morning, and I will hopefully see you in about an hour. Take care.